So, should I start? Okay. Okay. So, what our project aims to do is to find a way to integrate evolution and ecology. The idea is that evolution, as we know, works in this direction. It's history. It's over time. Whereas ecology, in many experiments, you can get very detailed information at a given place in time. And so what our group have been working on is trying to see whether you can integrate those two ideas. And what we're doing is, to get those together, we're using islands, in particular islands that are arranged chronologically. So what we've been doing is focusing in particular in the islands of Hawaii, where we use them as a space for time substitution. So you've got the youngest island, as we know, it's currently erupting and forming massive amounts of new terrain as we speak. And so the thing is, you've got this very young island that's just forming, and so very new communities, and then older and older and oldest. And so you've got these communities of different age. So what we're trying to do is say, what are the properties of a community that's just forming versus older versus oldest? And to get at this, we need to get all organisms in a given community. And this has been quite a challenge, because we want quantitative assessments of diversity of everything at a site, so that we can understand their interactions and their species abundance distributions. So we collect everything we can get in this quantitative sampling protocol. And the biggest bottleneck in this has been identifying them. And so what we're currently doing is using metabarcoding approach, where we can get at abundances and information on identities. Identities is still a work in progress, but through that effort we can get ideas of species abundance distributions, and then from that figure out what is expected and what's not. So whether a community is kind of in quasi-equilibrium or it's not, and then identify what might be going on when it's not. That we can look at signatures of interaction networks and how these change over time. And hopefully what we want to do is identify tipping points, so that when communities get invaded, is there a signature whereby there's a certain amount of invasion where they're just going to tip over and go into an entirely modified community. So that's what we're doing.